What's up guys, Caleb here. Today we're going to be talking about the upcoming rumors for the incredibly exciting UCS Star Wars AtAt set that is coming this year. First off, and most importantly, can we just build the hype up for the Buckeyes' first game tonight? I mean, it's going to be such a great game, first game of their season, and I'm incredibly excited for it. Anyhow, on to the actual video, we are going to be talking about the UCS AtAt rumors. These rumors have been in circulation ever since earlier this year. For a while, people thought it was going to be a UCS Death Star, and personally, for a while, I was on that team, but now I'm starting to think that an AtAt might even be better. It is pretty much rumored that it's going to release on Black Friday, which I've never been Black Friday shopping once. I don't know if I'll ever even go Black Friday shopping in my life, so definitely not going to get this first day. Probably won't even get it at all. We'll dive into that later in the video. But the rumors are it's going to be releasing on November. Well, I don't know the exact date, but Black Friday in November. I forget the exact piece count, but it's rumored to be the fourth biggest set ever, which would make the Millennium Falcon the third biggest set ever, the Coliseum the second biggest set ever, and the World Map Art set the first biggest set ever. So the AtAt is pretty much rumored to be about the fourth biggest set ever, which is huge. Of course, if it's going to be the fourth biggest set ever, you know it's going to have a big price point. The set is rumored to cost $800, which is kind of crazy. We've only had one other $800 UCS set before, being the UCS Millennium Falcon, and we've also had a $700 set, being the UCS Star Destroyer. I have seen quite a few rumor videos about the UCS AT. I've seen 3 or 4 of them, and it's really all over the LEGO community right now. So I decided to give in my words for it, and a lot of people don't really like that it is $800, and I personally think it's very, very exciting, and I'm going to tell you why. Two sets we've had that are about $800, or one $700 one. If you think about it, the one $800 one is the Millennium Falcon, and the $700 one is the Star Destroyer. So they're two absolutely massive sets. When you think about it, this set's going to be $800. It's going to be the size of the Millennium Falcon. Can you just picture how big this is going to be? It is a really good mock done. And it's just going to be insanely big, right? With this price point, they're not going to make this the size of the 2021. This thing is going to be absolutely massive. Millennium Falcon and the Star Destroyer are big enough that you need your own coffee table for it. And obviously it's not going to be the exact same shape and size of them, but it's going to be, I guess, about the same size as it, right? Like, it's going to be $800. This thing is going to be absolutely massive, and I mean massive. Like, they're not going to make this some small set for $800. This is going to be one of the biggest Star Wars sets of all time. I also think LEGO set it up perfectly where they have a smaller one at $150 or $160 for people who can't afford an $800 version like me, just don't want to spend almost $1,000 on Legos. Really, really smart. For the really big collectors that are into massive sets, there's the $800 AtAt. For the people who like me, who are just a little bit more on the casual side, or kids who just want something to play with a little bit better, you have the $160 version. It's absolutely perfect. The more I've thought about it, the more it links to other big UCS sets. The UCS Millennium Falcon, there's also the small Millennium Falcon. The UCS Star Destroyer, we have Moff Gideon's Cruiser, which is kind of like it. I mean, it's sort of like it, right? But all these things, you have a huge UCS set, and then you have a smaller $100 to $200 version of the set. It's absolutely brilliant. Honestly, with $800, I would expect some interior on the inside, because you don't really need, like, it makes sense that there was no interior on the Star Destroyer, as that's a huge triangle. You need a ton of Technic and crazy little, builds to get those weird angles and tackle them down. This, I mean, the body of the AT-AT is essentially a glorified, rectangle, so it's going to make sense that I would think they would have 2 or 3 floors of interior, essentially, and I really think they can fit a lot of sort of troop carrying stuff in there. A lot of people also want a snow speeder so it can, wrap around the legs. The AT-AT, just like the scene in The Empire Strikes Back. I think that'd be really cool. I don't think it's like something that we absolutely need to see in the set, but I think it'd be a very, very nice little bonus throw in with, a Luke Skywalker minifig or whatever. If you think about it, I really think this could be one of the greatest LEGO sets of all time. Like, the 2 other $700 to $800 UCS sets have been incredible. The UCS Falcon, one of my top 10 favorite sets ever. the UCS Star Destroyer is, in fact, my favorite set ever. I would love to own that someday. And it is my favorite set ever, no joke. You really have, with $800, people are complaining about how expensive it is. And you're right, it's very, very expensive for Legos. I am not going to buy it. I'm not going to buy anything. I've never bought anything over $200 for Lego. I'm not going to buy it. With $800, this means it can be the size of my desk. Like, this means this is going to be absolutely insanely massive. And I feel like people aren't talking about this enough, that this set is just going to be so huge that it's so exciting to me, honestly. Like, I'm so excited to see what the set looks like. I know there was like a leak in the Lego Star Wars game. I honestly don't really think that's a set. I think that's just some sort of computer animated version that they used, but I think it's gonna look something sort of like that. And I am so excited when it comes November and October when we start to get pictures and more rumors on this set. It's just hands down gonna be one of the greatest UCS sets of all time, in my opinion. Let me know your thoughts on the rumors of this set in the comments below. This is Super Production sign off now. Make sure to like and subscribe if you want to stay up to date with my latest videos, and hoping I can put out the vlog tomorrow. I'll see you guys later. Peace.